Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for dropping by. Today it is Sunday the 14th of February, so happy Valentine's Day everybody, and I am at the promenade and it is about half an hour of high tide. So I'm going to walk down the prom as the tide comes in. As you can see, the chains aren't actually up, but nobody's going to be going down the steps in this weather for sure. High tide's in around half an hour, I think. It's already quite high right now, but hopefully it's going to get higher and higher as I walk down the prom. And I am sorry about the wind noise, but there's nothing I can do about that. I have got my back to the wind and I'm doing my best to face the camera away from the wind. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me alright. It's a very grey day and it's cold. Somebody did ask me on my channel if I would video the sea today. I think it was Jamie, so here I am. And he actually wanted to see me film the sea because apparently bits of it were frozen over the other day, and I didn't go out yesterday to film, and I don't think I went out the day before either because it was just so cold. I was freezing, so I just stayed in. But here I am today to film the high tide as I walk along the prom. So let's go. If I've timed it right, it should be around North Pier area by the time the tide's at its highest. So it should be looking pretty good down there. It's actually really cold, but I'm really dressed up. I've got 4 layers on. I've got a long sleeve shirt on, a t-shirt over that. I've got my Carrymore fleece on over that, and then I've got my winter coat on. And I'm wearing a pair of tights, a pair of leggings and the tracksuit bottoms. So I am dressed for the weather, so hopefully I'll be able to make this walk without getting too cold. My head's cold though already, even though I'm wearing a big woolly beanie. But I did want to make sure I came out today because I've not filmed for a couple of days. Super duper quiet down here, but then again it's Sunday, it's freezing cold and it's windy. I think the only people I'll see on my travels today will be photographers and other Blackpool vloggers, and maybe the odd jogger or dog walker. I don't think there's going to be many other people around. New promenade there. See the water's come over the steps there. So I'm going to walk around that wet line. It's not likely another high wave will come up the second I walk round, but I'd rather not risk getting my ankles or feet wet. It's another day when the promenade looks immaculately clean. For those of you that saw my beach video the other day, about 3 days ago was it when I posted it, I can't really remember, everything was so quiet and so clean. There was not even the tiniest scrap of litter or rubbish on the prom. So that is a big thank you to the beach clean-up crew who are keeping the beach and the prom fantastically clean. And look at all this space I've got to walk down. Everything is quiet. Well, apart from the howling of the wind and the raging noise of the sea as it comes into high tide. I mean, it's quiet, as in it's not got many people about. And the other day as well, I thought we were getting towards spring because it just seemed to be getting a little bit warmer, and we plunged back into these freezing cold, icy days. We don't really get any extreme weather in Blackpool, hardly ever. The last big storm I remember was Storm Kira, and that was in, well, this time last year, around first week of February 2020, and all this area where I'm walking now, there was water. It wasn't like flooded, as in completely flooded, but if you walked down here during Storm Kira, you would have definitely got wet feet and wet ankles, because the waves were coming right over. And I did get some good video of Storm Kira. And we are getting closer now towards high tide. I think it's a little strange how the chains aren't up. I really do. I have got myself shielded against most of this wind though, because it's blowing hard into my back. I can feel it blowing on my head, and it's blowing through my beanie, and I've got a cold spot on my head. And I can feel the wind picking up as I walk, just as we get towards that magic hour of high tide. None of the waves are coming over yet. I'm not even sure if they will come over today. When I looked at the tide height and I looked out and I felt the wind, I thought the waves definitely would come over once it reached high tide, but now I'm not so sure. I've got a few more minutes before it's at its highest. Really, you could walk down there and walk along there that bit. You'd get wet feet in reality. You won't get washed off. The waves aren't big enough to wash you off, but walking down there would be exponentially stupid and not safe. Just going to give you a little swing around the prom as I walk down here. I have covered the entire prom recently. I did a full promenade walk video from Stargate all the way to Bispham. It's very long, so it's in several parts, but I have covered the entirety of the prom facing away from the sea. I need to do one now facing the sea all the way. Well, that's a video for another day. In fact, I'll probably do more than one, because I'll do one at high tide, and then also do one, I'd like to do one walking along the sand when the sea's out. I'd have to check the tide times and see when it was safe to do that walk and work out just to see if it's possible, but it should be. as long as I set off on Stargate as soon as the tide starts to go out, then I think I could walk all the way to Bispham along the Prom, or along the beach. That'd be good. Right, I am going to end this one here, but I will start the next one as soon as this one finishes off, because I do want to get this whole Golden Mile prom walk, Central Pier, North Pier prom walking. We'll show you guys a high tide. So for now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and please leave me a comment and please subscribe. And I'll see you back shortly for the next video. Goodbye.